It has only been 2 months since Sonic Superstars was released and less than 2 weeks after Sonic Dream Team was released, and there's already some interesting talk about the next possible Sonic the Hedgehog game. I would only take this leak with a grain of salt, and nothing has been confirmed, but a reliable source that correctly predicted Sonic Superstars says that the new Sonic game is going to be released next year, and if you love Sonic, subscribe right now. There have been several leaks from the Sega internal memo, and now Zippo says a new traditional 3D Sonic game will release in 2024. He says, "Welcome back to Zipmas, we still have a lot to talk about regarding the TGA, so next up is the Blue Blur himself." If you watch Sega's TGA hype trailer, you will notice they teased 5 games throughout, but you also notice they used a familiar ring sound, as well as a Phantom Ruby sound effect and a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. This wasn't for no reason. Thought everyone's favorite hedgehog is getting a break next year? Nope. As a part of Sega's New Era initiative, a new traditional 3D Sonic game will release next holiday. I'm hearing this game is being built as a follow-up of sorts to Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic Lost World, and Sonic Forces, rather than 2022's Sonic Frontiers, which is a completely new brand for the series as a whole and will sprout its own follow-up in due time. This is going to be a more simple run-and-jump 3D Sonic game developed for next-gen consoles only. No open zone this time. It's also going to be the first Sonic title to be released on Nintendo's new system. He is not sure if it will be an adventure or boost style gameplay, but it will be a short and small game. The game is being developed by Sonic Team with co-development assistant from Sega's new Sapio studio. The last thing he says is that the game will feature Shadow alongside Sonic, considering Shadow was a complete no-show in both Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Dream Team, as well as a very obvious close release timing with next year's movie, which Shadow will play a prominent role in. It's safe to assume that there is going to be some corporate synergy going on here. This can't be the next mainline Sonic game because it's too soon, and normally it takes several years to develop major games, and I really don't think that we are going to get the next major Sonic Frontiers size game until the Sonic 35th anniversary in 2026, especially since Sega said their mega game is planning to release in March of 2026. However, I do expect this holiday 2024 game to be a small-scale 3D game that is like Sonic Generations or Sonic Forces, because not only did Zippo say it will be a follow-up to them of sorts, but also due to the fact that these kinds of games are easy and quick to make. Considering that concept, it is likely that this game can be beaten in 2 or 3 hours, but my hope is that it will be more polished than Sonic Forces and have a better quality story and have a lot of replayability. This might be a bad strategy because the use of linear style gameplay is in Sonic's past, and they need to stick with open world gameplay of Sonic Frontiers, which is Sonic's future. One other possibility this could be the Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 remake we've been waiting for. The fact that Sega is reviving old IPs makes this more of a possibility, especially since Zippo says that Shadow will be involved. Speaking of Shadow, this will be the first time since Sonic 2006 that Shadow has a playable campaign in a Sonic game, unless you count his DLC in Sonic Forces. In conclusion, this is just a leak, but the odds of a new Sonic game being released in 2024 are very high. It's also worth noting that the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out in 2024, so Sega has to have a game for its release, as well as the fact that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is also coming out in 2024, so a game featuring Shadow the Hedgehog releasing near the same time as the movie would be a big boost for the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, you gotta go fast!